Don't even start, brother. Being very honest, right now it's not good. I'll be honest. Shouldn't say that, but at one point, before I went to America, I was really falling out of love with drumming. You hit me with the deep ones today. Through that dark experience, I learned that, I've got more in me to give.
Hello, and welcome back to the More Than Drill a Drum podcast.
The podcast where we talk about drill, drum, and more. I'm Jamima.
And I'm Tyrese.
And today we have a special guest who's relatively new to me.
New to you, but we go way back.
So all you need to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode.
Hello, Jamima.
Hello, Tyrese.
I've got a joke.
Go on then.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
It's our
who?
It's our 20th episode.
Oh,
Yeah, man, 20 episodes in. And I was telling you earlier, but I'll say it again on camera because we know if I don't say it on camera, it doesn't exist.
Basically.
But we got a notification on our YouTube channel that it's 2 years old.
Wow.
And August is round the corner.
August 6th.
Yeah.
Oh.
But even saying that, we can't even talk about it too tough yet. But there's things coming up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, literally. And it's just crazy, like looking around even the studio to see how far it's come. Like, I didn't tell you this before we started filming, but I was going through my camera roll, life of a content creator. Gotta make sure you have storage before you start filming. And one of the things that I found was our pilot episode.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so scared to
Which
even
was like
look at that.
even the 2 years.
Uni?
No.
Okay.
This one was here.
Okay.
But that was like the old set up. And like when we were setting up today and putting up the Polaroids for all our memories.
Is that why I saw a little tear just like...
Yeah, it was just quite like, wow, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, just thinking about how far we've come is really special. So episode 20, wow.
And I don't want to put our guest in the hot seat right now, but episode 20 is going to be a banger. I know it.
It just has to be.
I've been excited for this episode from time ago, even when I messaged the person. I was like, yo, you want to come on? And he was like, oh, bro, he's got so many things going on. So I thought that was just like a friendly nah. He doesn't want to be in the podcast. But months after, he was like, yo, like I finished, I'm free. And he's made it all the way here. So introducing Timothy.
No way you dig me out like that, right? No, but hi guys, my name's Timothy. Come all the way down from the South England Conference, but it is a pleasure to be here. Big up to you two for doing this, and big up to you two for inviting me. I appreciate it, so thank you very much.
We appreciate you making the journey, man. Because that London drive...
It's worth it. What I can say is definitely worth it.
Yeah.
So
thank you very much.
us
on the 20th episode as well, man.
Well, congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys have been consistent, seeing you guys grow, and just when you watch other Adventists in this space do something good, it's definitely like a pleasure to watch. So yeah, well done and big up to you guys because it's great.
You.
So
Thank you so much.
Getting into it then, we've discussed that you're from the South England Conference. So what is it that you do?
So at the minute, I am part of the SEC drum team.
Okay.
Currently head drummer, and you might see me playing here and there, but I've also got like a bit of an instructor role this year. So sometimes playing, sometimes not playing, but a lot of things that I do will be done behind the scenes, a lot of teaching, a lot of sending out videos, sending homework, all that kind of stuff, helping basically the whole drum corps, making sure sections are in line, make sure they're up to date with everything. Been a bit of a challenge, but just thank God for giving me the strength to not only be here, but also putting me in a position to lead. So grateful for it.
Okay.
Wow, amazing. I'm wondering for our viewers, how does the role of a head drummer differ to the role of another drummer who would be in the drum corps?
Okay, so I'm currently head drummer, but Josh Hoyle is currently a section leader for the snare line. So my role essentially is to make sure that the whole drum corps is kind of in line per se, or up to date with everything. So I'm basically in charge of all sections to some degree, but Josh would only be maybe in charge of just the snare section. Right. So he would maybe send things out for the month. Let's say he's giving out 3 rudiments to the snare guys. So he would do that, but then it's also my job to make sure that the tenors are doing it, the bass are doing it, and making sure that everybody else is up to date kind of thing. So, yeah.
Okay.
So it's not just about playing, it's also the things that go on behind the scenes that people don't see, essentially. So
Yeah, quite a lot of management then, because when you guys show out, let's be honest, you guys show out. Like, you do your thing.
Yeah.
And so then hearing that you've got to do all this kind of admin basically behind the scenes, like, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So even before we dive deep, there's a question.
We have to ask it.
But I already know what the answer's going to be.
Okay.
Timothy,
Yes, sir.
if you had to choose between Team Drill or Team Drum, what would you choose?
I'm going to go Team Drum. I think you all know we're going to go Team Drum.
I was actually a little bit scared.
The pause. The silence was loud.
Yeah, I was part of Lads for a while in my earlier years, so I was quite involved in drilling for a while. Did enjoy it. Definitely won't say I didn't enjoy it. Drill's great, but drum will just have the edge. I've played drums practically like half my life, so I've got to stick with Team Drum.
So then, what was the experience with Lads? When did that happen?
You're talking about years. I think one of the first drum camps I went to, Alberto kind of got me to kind of audition kind of thing. More or less got in. Wasn't the greatest driller at the time, but they were happy with how I was able to pick up things quite quickly and progress quite quick. So yeah, it definitely helped a lot in terms of precision, discipline. Even the same thing with drumming, it helps. But it was definitely a good couple of years. I'm not gonna lie, would never put that down. It helped a lot. So big up to them.
Lads is London Advanced Drill Squad.
Yeah.
And have they made that drum squad yet? From like podcasts before with Jonathan, Hilcious, Jesse.
Jesse, yeah.
I heard there was talks of a...
I think they might have had one at one point. Don't hold me to that.
Okay.
But I remember they did do a... I think they had their own camp at one point where they probably were getting that put together, but maybe it just didn't go through altogether. But I think they did have a little something there.
Cool.
So I'm wondering, that process for you to get into Lads, what actually happened? Because your answer felt kind of loose. Like, you kind of maybe got invited for an audition and then you more or less got in. So, like, what happened?
So I just remember going to camp. They pulled me out one evening and then they just put something in front of me where I had to remember this sequence. God knows I butchered that sequence. Remembered half of it and just made up the rest.
Especially with the nerves in place as well. And I presume you had people there just watching you.
I think in the room it was Alberto, Miles, and I want to say Shyla
Okay.
at the time. Did my audition.
Was it just you that had to do the sequence as well?
Yeah, by myself.
Oof.
Gosh,
Intense.
not even to fall back on already.
Not even to just quick little... yeah. I think even at one point I said, can I restart? So, the nerves were there. Yeah. Did my audition per se. Didn't hear back. Remember bumping into Alberto. We were talking about, I think, when we were doing the New Year's parade at the time. Told me come down to where we were doing the drill, where he was doing the drill sessions at the time. And then more or less after that drill session, more or less got confirmed into being a part of Lads at that time, yeah.
So then the transition into SEC Drum Corps, what was that like?
I think I auditioned at the same time. So did my Lads audition there and then also auditioned for SEC Drum or Advanced Drum Corps at the time. God knows I butchered that as well. Only by the grace of God I know I got into Advanced Drum Corps. So yeah, remember doing my audition at the time. I think I auditioned alongside Jude, maybe Miles, and a few other snares. I remember Jessica was on tenor. There was a few other basses as well. Maybe Alexandra auditioned with me at the same time. The Simplest, Auntie Susan auditioned with me. Yeah, what an experience. That's the times when Marcus gets angry with me. But I tell him now he's gone soft. I said, that's the time he used to be on it. But yeah, that was, I couldn't even feel my chest now. When my heart was beating at the time. Boy, I remember Carl Jordan just staring right at me, and I'm just thinking, this ain't good.
Okay, really?
But I just remember 30 minutes later, my name got called, and by the grace of God, I'm still here.
Amen.
And look at me now, I'm head drummer. So, yeah.
So you were auditioning on snare drum.
Yeah.
Has it always been snare for you then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it that SEC auditions have this reputation? Like, even when Ty told his story, it just sounds like it's tough.
Mine wasn't even audition for SEC, for advanced. It was
Certification.
certification.
Yeah.
And I would say auditioning was like a step above that. And certification was tense.
Yeah.
But why do you think there's such an importance in making sure that you're presenting in the best way possible?
I think one thing people just need to understand and remember is that we are representing God when we go out.
Mm-hmm.
God is not a God of disorder or messiness or, cymbals crashing off at one time and then the drums. Like, I think it's just, we need to remember that when we go out into the public, we are representing God and we need to do our best. God always requires us to do our best. And I just think that when people come and get their certification for their year, it's just to know that, yeah, you're in a room that's intense, but it's also intense when you go out into the public. Of course, we all make mistakes. I can sit and throw my hand up. I've made a few mistakes here and there. But yeah, I think just the importance of certification is just knowing that when you go out, when you're representing a conference, when you're representing God, that we should always try to do our best, look our best, and be our best.
I definitely agree with that. Like, just as you said, God's not a God of disorder. So if we can do what we can to essentially present our ways in the best way possible, then we should do that.
So that's a little bit about where you're at now. I'm wondering, where did the whole drum plus or minus drill journey start for you?
I've always enjoyed playing drums. I think around my 10th, 11th birthday, my mum bought me a drum kit. So it started from there, playing drum kit.
Was it just you just using the snare drum, just getting rid of the cymbals?
Nah, I remember like vividly, like it was yesterday. My brother sent me upstairs. Mm-hmm. They built the drum, brought me downstairs, and then just showed me the drum. Mm-hmm. And then I remember the first time I played that drum, my neighbour was not happy. I played that drum quite loud. My mum had to buy me like the muffles and everything to dampen the sound. But yeah, for years I was just playing kit. Mm-hmm. And then I remember Jonathan was also coming to Grays at the time, and he basically got me onto snare drum. Mm-hmm. He more or less helped me start up the drum corps at Grays SDA Church. And just from there, he basically taught me like beats 1 to 3.
Back when the beats were simple back in the day.
Yeah. He helped me with beats 1 to 3. And then just from that point going forward, I just remember just getting a drum pad and just hacking away at it for some time. I've always been like this with drumming, like I'll be on it, and then I'll go down, and then I'll be on it and go down. So that's a bad trait to have as a drummer, but I'm still here, still doing my best. But yeah, drumming's just always been my thing, I guess. In terms of drill, drumming came first. Once again, Jonathan got me into drilling as well. Mm-hmm. We used to just drill back and forth. He got me to like a certain standard. And then we were teaching the youngers at our church. And then one day, once again, Alberta was kind of just like, I guess, iron me out, I guess. And then just got me to audition. And for years, I was just part of Lads. Mm-hmm. Never really got to do anything with Lads, unfortunately, like in terms of drumming had to be a priority. So always had to choose drumming over drilling. Mm-hmm. But once again, the experience was great. There was nothing bad there. Experience was great.
Okay. So then, this might be a vulnerable question.
How
would you say your state of practice is now with all the responsibilities and roles that you have?
Being very honest, right now it's not good. I'll be honest. Shouldn't say that, but I've got to be very honest with you. Like, don't get me wrong. Like picking up a sticks, playing marching beats, everything, still got it.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like picking up, saying, okay, cool, I actually need to learn something new, whether it's a new rudiment or a new exercise or a new warm up. It's been a little bit of a while. Not to say that the roles have caused so much stress, but then as you grow, I had so much uni work, the roles of checking in on everybody, making sure everybody's good, working, and then all the other things of life just build up. But I should pick it up soon. I can't lie. I went somewhere not too long ago, and it wasn't even marching drums. I was just watching these professional drummers play, and I just said, boy. And it's just like, it just gave me the inspiration to say, come on, Timothy, you need to do it. Like, you just need to pick up your sticks again. Even if it's marching, even if it's your drum kit, you just need to work and get back to it. So I'm in a point of my life where now I'm not making excuses anymore. Like, it's no more excuses. It's either just get it done. Just need to get it done.
I feel like that's a struggle for a lot of people in leadership, where your priorities do change. And I think we experience something similar, where you're trying to get the next generation up to a certain standard, which then means your capacity to take yourself up to the next standard becomes a lot less.
Yeah.
But I also think that the time that you spend from the earlier seasons pays dividends later. So like
100%.
you don't have to practice, say, paradiddles as much as you used to, because it's kind of in you a bit more at that point. So you can get away with it for a little bit longer. But I still agree. Finding that time, we've got to find a way.
Yeah, even relating it to more than just a drum. Like, this is going to be like a very honest moment. But we've got a podcast about drilling and drumming. When was the last time I picked up my sticks? So it was like, let's learn a new rudiment.
Yeah.
Like, we do a lot of talking about it. There's a lot of experiences that we've had, and we're able to sit here and have that conversation. But as you said, when you're seeing other people excel in drumming, and you're like, you could do that as well.
Yeah.
That's where the motivation comes in. And I'm trying to think of this quote where it's not about the motivation. It's just about putting like the hard work in to be able to do that.
Can I read one for you?
Oh.
I've literally got it as well.
Oh, please, read it off your home screen.
It's a quote from Denzel, and he says, "Dreams without goals are just dreams, and ultimately they fuel disappointment. On the road to achieving your dreams, you must apply discipline, but more importantly, consistency. Because without commitment, you'll never start, but without consistency, you'll never finish."
Ooh.
Yeah, deep.
It's the consistency bit, man.
Yeah, deep.
Wow.
Yeah, deep.
So you just have that just on your... But fair enough. It's the fact that you can actually bring it up in this conversation, it's useful.
Very.
So, what would you say your best drumming experience has been?
Let's go with TD.
Okay.
When we had it in England. I think I was quite new to drum corps, but just the experience was crazy. I'll be very honest, like...
In a good way?
Very good. Yeah. I just remember when we were drumming, just walking down and thousands of people were screaming, shouting, and the atmosphere was just insane.
It was.
It was insane. And I just remember drumming that whole week and just like, not even to say the love from people, but just the experience of having that thing of like, this is what it is to be a drummer. Waking up in the morning, drumming, line call. In the evening, drumming, line call, doing the showpiece and everything. Like, it was just a really good experience. I think it's going to be quite hard to top that unless I go to a different country and drum. That's definitely going to be up there for a very long time.
I'm wondering, is TED where we met?
I think it is. I think there was a point where we mixed SEC and NEC where we mixed and we did something together.
Oh, okay.
Not drilling and drumming? Or...
I think so. I don't think it was with... I think it was a Sabbath where we mixed. It wasn't like opening or closing ceremonies. I think it was one of the Sabbaths where we'd mixed together.
Okay. Literally, so much of TED is a blur, but the atmosphere that you're describing, that bit I remember. Yeah, I was literally going through my camera roll and came across a video from the closing ceremony and just remembering how electric it was. It's actually quite hard to put it into words. When you wait, there's actually thousands of people in this place and we have the privilege of being on parade. Yeah. That's insane.
Just being able to hold that and just say, I drummed for that. And had everybody, like, for some people, what's crazy to me when I look back at it, some of these other countries don't have drum corps or they don't have drilling or they don't have that thing. So giving them that experience was even better because the fact that even to this day, some of those countries might even ask us to come or whatever it is because knowing that they don't have drum corps. I remember, I think whoever the director was at the time just kept telling us, oh, these countries are loving it. And I was just thinking, bro, it's just drumming. But then, like, as I've matured and I look back at those things, I'm just like, wow, like it was just a great experience. And giving those people that experience was, yeah.
And even on that, drumming, drilling, as we've seen for ourselves, and even Pathfinders as a whole, gives you such an opportunity, man. And the amount of support, financially, spiritually, making friendships with... Just going to camps and seeing people from like Holland, like, yo, you want to chill for the day or something?
Yeah,
Like, what?
Literally, like in the lead up just before the opening ceremony, I remember we got there early, so we were just hanging out. So there was like a few, I think, people from Poland, and we were like, yo, should we just walk around the camp? And so we just did.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Good days.
no, for real. And on that, actually, I think the amount of exposure that you have the opportunity to have is insane as well. To think that you're 15, 16, and you're doing international events, like that's an incredible platform to be able to be on at such a young age.
If I was ever applying for like a drilling or drumming job, that definitely go on my CV, because I've got the references to back it up as well.
But let's not shy away from the fact of what you guys did at Wyoming, though. You know, big up, Talk about international. You guys are the international ones. Like, seeing you guys there in America.
Yeah, that was an experience.
It was special.
That was great to see.
Being on the whole parade square, that was, man.
Yeah.
The drummers on that parade, my lord, serious.
Yeah. And did you ever watch like drilling videos that were on YouTube back in the day? No,
Not really.
Because, well, I guess we do it quite a bit for Reacts, but the ones that that I've seen, I forgot their name, but obviously the driller would know.
Orion?
Yeah, them lot having the newer generation on the parade square and stuff like that. Yeah, that was a monumental moment. Like the fact that I even forgot, it's like, what are you talking about?
No, literally, the blank look in your eye. I was thinking, yo.
And even seeing you in America as well for Wyoming, that was a shock.
That was so unexpected. I almost forgot that we met like that. Yeah. It was like, hold on a second. We're actually on the other side of the world and I know you.
Yeah, that was
cool. Did
cool.
you come with a club?
I came with my auntie's club, Slough.
Okay.
America was great, I'll be honest.
Did you enjoy the toilets? I love bringing that up to everyone that went Wyoming.
Terry, study a star, brother. Because I can't even say it on camera, bro. I can't even say it on
Gotta
camera.
keep that pushing.
Yeah, gotta keep it pushing.
But how did you find the rest of the campery?
That was my first, actual, proper international campery, traveling. I liked it. I definitely want to go back. My goal is for at least for the next campery, to create a funding system where I can bring those that are less fortunate, or maybe those that can't afford to come, and at least give them the opportunity. I think there's so many kids in this country, but not even in this country, in other countries, that don't even get to experience, whether it's the greatest camp or not even the greatest camp, but being able to see thousands and thousands of pathfinders in one place. I think there's many children that do need to experience it. So my goal for at least the next Wyoming, or if it doesn't come to pass at this Wyoming, the one after, is at least to create a funding system where I can say to this family, do you know what? Here's your money, here's your flights. You can go to Wyoming. Okay. If another family comes through, here you go. So that's a goal that I've written down. And I just want to see what the Lord does with it.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
But because you had a great experience, you want to pass it on to other people.
Exactly. Especially for maybe the younger generation. Even worship was great. The plays and everything, being able to, it's just a cool experience. Even being able to just go do your daily activities.
The amount of things that were on.
That you could do.
Literally, you couldn't finish it all. You just couldn't.
So being able to just have that experience. Even at one point, I think, before I went to America, I was really falling out of love with drumming. Which is quite deep. I don't know if I should say, but I'm going to say it. Yeah. It was quite deep. I just kind of lost all that passion and motivation. Excuse me. But once I went back to America, there was just a switch in me, just seeing when you guys were doing the drill and the drumming. And when we went on the massive parade and I just saw these drummers, something was just like, you're too young to be quitting. What's happening? Like, it's like God just said, nah, son, you've got more to give. And that kind of just lit up in me to say, do you know what, like, I just need to take drumming serious again, need to be on top of my roles, need to do this. And that's why I just came up with the thing of just saying that I need to be able to give kids the experience to come and even if it's just meeting new friends, meeting new people, like just being able to say that I went to a different country, I went to Wyoming, or if they didn't even want to go, being able to give them an experience in this country in a different camp, like, I think everybody kind of needs to have that experience. The way I enjoyed it, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people would enjoy it also.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so special. And I think there is something powerful about that drill and drum community that does something for you. I think we came back pretty energized as well. Like, how can you not be when you're in that kind of environment?
I'd be on the opposite of that, you know. I
Really?
came back quite sad. Like, the community that I had built.
Oh, yeah, and then to have to leave it. Yeah, that was sad. It was. But combining the two, it's like you get fueled so much by being around other people with such passion. I mean, the drum call that was like our home drum call for that week, it was just so inspiring to see, like, wow, these guys are young and they are putting in the practice. Like, what is my excuse when I've got all this experience, that I've learned all these things? If they can do it, we can do it.
What is your life outside of drumming then? Like, you graduated now?
Just graduated this week.
Okay, well done.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you very much. So, I've graduated, got my degree in sports and exercise science.
Okay.
I'm hoping to get one more qualification in the next couple of months. I do want to say, but I want to keep it a little bit quiet. I've got to keep the people.
Okay.
Just wait and see.
Okay.
Just wait and see what's happening. Yeah.
Say less.
But congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Now you can actually, well, the way I've always looked at it when I graduated, I was like, oh, I can actually be lazy now. Because GCSEs, A-levels, uni, let me have a break.
Yes.
Now I'm working a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
But we give thanks to God.
Yeah.
No, for real.
So when did you and I meet?
Me and you go way, as you said, way back.
Because I'm not sure if it's from, I think it was primarily through drumming.
100%. I think there was a time when I was coming to Ilford. We met each other, but we
didn't really talk much.
too tough. But then it goes back, if I remember, the New Year's Day parades.
Yeah. I still think about that sometimes, man.
Yeah. We need to bring that back. We need to bring that back at some point.
Yeah.
But us, yeah. It was either the New Year's Day parades, but it was definitely through drumming.
But even back then, like, that was my first media interaction. Because I watched it on, well, not live, but the replay. Like, I remember seeing the camera covering it. I could just see me playing the multi-tom.
Yeah.
That was nice, man. And I'm thinking about the practices that we did beforehand in Ilford with Alberto leading.
Those were intense. Brother, we were there the whole day.
Yeah, man. When your head's ringing after.
Yeah.
But we loved it, man.
I loved it. Like, when you just look back at that, that's just an experience. Like, just to say, all that practice just went into, I don't even know how long we marched for. Was it like 2-3 hours on that parade?
Wow.
Was it that long?
It must have been 2 hours.
Remember there was a lot of standing because there was...
When we had to do our stops and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that experience in itself definitely changed me. Being able to march for that long with a drum.
And even the group that we were playing with. Like,
that's what also impressed me as well. How big our group was and how tight we actually got in terms of playing. Like, the hours of practice really showed when we went out. Because I remember how we first started, but then when it actually came to the day when we're all just locked in and ready to go.
Sometimes in my head I do wonder, like, would we ever just come back for like one thing? Like a reunion of some sort, maybe a street march or something.
I think we should. I think it's worth it. I think we should.
Because I think that was, well, this is obviously my personal opinion. That was the prime of drumming back then. And course, people are doing their thing now, but
Yeah.
maybe I'm a bit biased because I was playing in there as well. But yeah, great memories. So I can't remember a specific time, but it was definitely way back from just practicing and just interacting with
But yeah,
yourself.
I think even just the interaction itself was just funny. Like people coming late, punishment, push-ups. Even I had to do push-ups at one point.
Yeah.
Even at lunch, like when we all just go get lunch and we're laughing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just memories that you just know, chicken and chip shop right across from the church. Yeah, it was just great. Like,
Yeah.
nothing more to say, but it's just a great experience. Like, you just had to be there. People just won't understand that you just had to be there to enjoy it. Yeah. Don't get it wrong. My body was hurting, but it was great.
And probably had school the next day, but we're still
hacking away. Yeah.
It was so cute when you both said New Year's Day parade. Like, you both just lit up.
It was a good experience.
Yeah, very good experience.
Yeah.
Why are you crying, bro?
So there's been a lot of like drumming highs, but I'm wondering, can you let us into the drumming lows? Like, what's been your worst drumming experience?
Dropsticks, falling over with the snare drum.
By the grace of God, that's never happened and it won't happen again. It just will not happen. But it wasn't to say like the worst experience, but going again, just back to just losing my passion before I went to Wyoming. I think it just got to a point where you're just doing things out of habit. Even with my roles, you're just doing things because you have to do it. It wasn't being done out of love or the passion that I really have for drumming. And sometimes I just wake up and I just be like, I just can't be asked. Do you know what I actually really hate is when you have to nag to get something done. I really hate being a leader where you've just got to nag. I'd rather just be the person that just has to say it once, twice, and you say, what, do you know what, sorry, I'm going to get it done. Like, I just hate a thing of like, it's like when your parents remind you constantly. Now I understand why our parents used to get mad. But I think that was just like a low point for me. It was just like when you just lose all love, all passion for it, it was just like, what am I even doing? I should really just give this to someone that really wants to do it. But just thankfully I had that experience at Wyoming and I'm there and I'm loving my role again. So yeah.
Which is amazing. And I'm wondering, for the person who feels like they're in a similar spot, who has to wait another 4 years before Wyoming, again, what would you say to them to kind of encourage them in coming out of that difficult place?
You hit me with the deep ones today. I think for me, what helped me a little bit was not only Wyoming, but having a great mentor like Marcus. He's probably also someone that's probably experienced that. He's been doing this for years. So being able to talk to him also helps. So if someone is in that place, you can always contact me and speak to me if you need to get out of it. But I think start with something simple. It's not even sometimes about picking up your sticks. What about just watching your favourite drummer? What about just, looking online and saying, oh, is there a drum workshop? Is there a drum rehab? Like, just something to go and watch and to get inspiration from. I'm always someone that finds inspiration from watching others. Not even to just do with drumming, even if it's to do with someone that's making money or creating something, or even like looking at you guys, like with what you're doing. I'd rather watch someone and get inspiration from it. So for people that are struggling, I would recommend, doesn't have to always be practical, but if it is just watching or looking at something, or if you've got a mentor at church, speaking to someone. Even though that is hard to do initially, but sometimes you just feel that weight off your chest when you actually just let it go.
You're always going to be at a position where you're thinking, okay, this is the bigger picture. This is the goal that I want to be at. And maybe that might disappoint you that you're not there. But if you're able to look back in the past, see where you have come from, or even, okay, I'm going to do some small steps to get to that bigger goal. That's the important thing, because it can't be a snap of your finger and you're the best snare drummer in the whole wide world. That's never going to happen. But you can put in the steps to get that goal at some
100%.
point. Consistency, man.
Yeah, literally.
Literally. But yeah, I think if you are in that dark place, don't be ashamed or feel like you've got to stay there. You learn more about yourself in that dark place, if I'm being very honest. If things are always happy, question it. Not to say that you shouldn't be happy, but through that dark experience, I learned that, I've got more in me to give. I can, despite me feeling down, I can still go out and work and do what I need to do. Like, it's not just about shutting off and then just shutting down and being in that confined little space, but knowing that your mind might be down in one place, but you can still physically get up and still do something. So even though I was down, I would still get up and go to practice. It's not like I'm saying to guys, I'm not coming to practice. I would still go to practice and still get involved, whether it's helping one person, two person, or leading the session, whatever it is. Yeah. So even sometimes, this might sound weird, putting yourself in the environment that you're hating might actually still be the reason why you still need to be there, if that makes sense. Like, I still needed to be in that drumming environment despite me at the time not liking it. Because if I had just stopped being and stopped going, they probably would just come to a point I just said, guys, I can't, I'm out. But the fact that I was still involved helped me to stay and to build myself back up again. Even though that's kind of opposite what people say, if you're in a dark environment, get out. But sometimes still being there actually helped me.
You've got to assess the situation, of course.
Yeah. But yeah.
So I've been trying to figure something out as well. How do you practice snare drum? Like, do you have a routine? How do you improve?
Whenever I pick up my sticks, just start with warm up. Run through my marching beats, whatever. But I don't think just playing marching beats will get you better. It won't.
I think that's the mindset that I'm stuck in.
Stuck in, yeah. For a very long time, I used to just practice marching beats. Yes, you do get a little bit better, but if you do, definitely want to progress. Yeah, I think people just underestimate starting from basics. If you're just going to pick up a rudiment, if you're going to do it practical, just learn your fundamentals first. Doing that, starting at a slow tempo, then working yourself up. Don't get frustrated if you haven't reached 300 BPMs by the end of the day.
That's crazy.
Like, just don't get upset about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a process. Just remember that nothing happens overnight. It just doesn't happen straight away. It's like when you learn a flam, you're literally sitting there trying to get that slight delay on it. And then just one day when you're doing it, it finally clicks.
I find that with drumming though, like, let's use the example of a paradiddle.
Yep.
Say you've been practicing at 150 and you're not getting it. But the next time you pick up your sticks, you're just doing a paradiddle at 150. You're like, what?
And then you're there. Yeah, it's weird. So my recommendation is just learning your beat. Even if before learning a marching beat, learn the rudiment within that marching beat. So if there's a 5-stroke roll on it, learn your 5-stroke rolls before you go on that marching beat. If there's a drag, try and perfect your drag as much as possible before getting the drag in it. So I think just taking things step by step, breaking it down step by step will definitely help. So even if in a beat 6 you're doing a triplet in the beginning, learn the triplet. If you know the triplet's coming, do the triplet first. Before you go to the 5-stroke, I need to learn my 5-stroke, 6-stroke, whatever it may be. Just get those things tight before merging it all together.
To put you on the spot as well, Jemima. Drilling, what would you do for practicing that?
I would probably say something quite similar in terms of just learning your basics, because when you know how to do those simple moves quite effectively, then when you're thrown with a routine, it's just putting those pieces together in sequence. That detail, whether it's the angle of your foot or the timing for that specific move, becomes really important when you then want to stretch it to the next level. So for example, there have been routines where we've done movements backwards, but you can only really do that effectively when you understand, okay, my feet have to go from here to here to here when I do it forwards. So then when I do it backwards, I'm going to do that. And so doing it again and again kind of ingrains it in you, kind of like how you'll find the rudiment ingrained in your hands. You kind of find that with drill as well, that certain movements will get ingrained in your feet. So yeah, get those basics down and then you can progress from there.
What do you think the spiritual impact of drilling and drumming has been for yourself? And how are you being that for someone else?
Learning discipline from drill and drum helps me being disciplined in my walk with Christ. It's not easy picking up your word every single day. It's not easy to spend 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour doing it every single day. But having the discipline from drilling and drumming has definitely helped being able to do that. Even something simple as the way we're talking about breaking down things. Having that learned and being shown to me how to break down certain things will also help me breaking down the word. The same thing with maybe if I'm reading a chapter that day, it's not just about reading that chapter and just saying, there's my chapter. Maybe it's a thing of understanding that maybe I need to read 3 verses or 5 verses, understand what those 3 verses or 5 verses are saying, try to remember it, dissect it and understand it before moving on to those next couple verses that I need to read. So I'll always stick with discipline as my number one thing. That's one thing that's helped me with Pathfinders and drilling and drumming and taking it over.
There's such a big emphasis on discipline, and I think for those who are not in this space, discipline can be quite a scary thing. It's that someone's shouting at me, so I have to listen, or I'm just trying to think of like your stereotypical examples. All I'm seeing is like a soldier just shouting at me. But discipline doesn't have to be in a angry, hateful, any type of negative way. It's 100%. I'm sorry to even bring it back, but discipline, consistency is along the same lines.
I think growing up, we all come from certain households and we know what we're talking about here. Discipline is always met with a little backhand or a little sign, you get me? But I think I think discipline just comes from the same thing as just saying consistently, like doing something over and over. Like when we were growing up, Mum calling us down to have worship in the evening. It's those little things that help growing up. So even discipline in terms of, as you said, it doesn't even have to, you can discipline a younger person or whatever calmly. Just be like, your behaviour was a little bit off. And I'm not here to shout at you, but I'm just here to say, I know you can do better. I know I've seen the side of you where you're helpful and all these things, but today, I don't know, you just seen it. But then also understanding that discipline can come from just talking to someone and then building it. Like me and you could just have a conversation, finding out what the issue is, and then just, I don't even want to say the word discipline, but you're just talking and then just their behaviour will change. Like there's always this negative thing of you've got to shout. Some instances, but it's not always
Again, we're
necessary.
assessing the situation.
Assessing the situation. But it's not always necessary.
And I feel like with the different examples of discipline that have come up, we can look back and say, actually, in some way or another, it made us better. Whether it was the press-ups that made you come on time next time, or the doing the beat over and over and over again until it was boring, that meant that next time you did it once and you had it first time. Like it serves to make you better. Sometimes it's boring, sometimes it's not what you want, but maybe it's what you need.
Yeah, there's a lot of practical applications that the discipline that we've been through specifically drilling and drumming, that has had such a wonderful impact in our lives.
Don't know if you remember that camp. You came to the one in Norwich, not where we drove far.
Was it the mix with PFC?
Yeah. I remember that drum camp.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was a funny drum camp. We won't get into it. But it was
I was going to ask what happened.
Boy, I'm thinking, why am I under the bed? I think this is where I met Jonathan.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
when we were all in that one room, all the boys. Funny camp. But I just remember the same thing going back to what you were saying. Marcus just had us stand there at ready position. And you're just there and your arms are burning, but you can't drop your arms. And it's just that thing of just holding it there. Now when he says get ready, you're just up. So it's those little things of going through that process, going through of the little hard things makes it easier now when it comes to doing those things. So
even that's where I've got it from. So the club that I help out with, my first introduction to them, I was just watching, and then someone was like, "Oh, can you do something with them?" They were just being so loud and noisy, and I was like, "All right, cool." Called them to attention. They were standing there for like 15 minutes. Even the counsellors were looking at me like, are you going to do anything? No.
No
What do you
need.
mean? So I got that from Marcus. I was so sure.
Yeah.
But again, going forward, they knew not to mess around, but in a positive way.
Yeah. I think with this generation, everything has to be done with positivity. I don't think shouting necessarily works too well anymore with this generation. But sometimes, as I said, assess the situation. But as you said, dealing like things with grace and handling it with grace definitely goes a long way. Even just the way we speak to other people can definitely change someone's behaviour instantly. So, yeah, sometimes I just feel like shouting now just doesn't even necessarily help even anymore. Just if you just speak to a young person nicely, 9 times out of 10, once, twice, they get in it. So, yeah, I
And again,
definitely
it's
agree.
about building that relationship and connection with them as well.
100%.
I'm wondering, outside of discipline, are there any other ways that you feel like drumming has impacted your wider life?
With leadership, 100%. Being able to go... I was always told I've been a leader. Growing up, there was an uncle at church that always wanted me to be like a leader in a football team and whatnot. He was someone that saw leadership within me. But then obviously now coming to Pathfinders, having sectionally learning, head drummer, now being able to take that outside, even at uni, being able to lead in group projects, or whether it's even outside of university, just being able to, I don't want to say take charge, but just having that initiative to just say, do you know what, here we go, we can go do. I'm very quiet and I'm very shy. I usually tend to stand back. Like even the other day in the gym, there was someone that was doing exercise and I thought, should I talk to them? Should I not talk to them? But I was just like, I don't want this person to get hurt. So I just went up and I just said, oh, this is how you do it. I don't want you to hurt yourself. So it just helps me to just be a bit more outgoing. I tend to shy away from being the first person to talk or having like the conversation going. But within Pathfinders, within drumming, it's just helped bring myself out a little bit more. So, yeah.
That makes so much sense. Because now that you say that, I'm like, oh, okay, I can see that. But I see you in leadership stuff, so I wouldn't have been able to tell.
Yeah.
There's something I want to talk about as well.
Oh, boy.
This is going back from like the start of our More Than Drill and Drum journey. And this is props to you and your team also. YouTube.
Hey,
SEC Drum Corps.
yeah.
You're here giving us our flowers or whatever it is. We need to give you guys as well. Because you're also a part of SEC Drum Corps YouTube channel. And there's a lot of useful, insightful information, not just rudiments and drumming, but also the life of a SEC Drum Corps. And so what is your role in that as well?
There's a few of us in the team. So me, Carl, and Leon. It just started off with Carl by himself doing the videos. I then jumped on and I said, you know what, I can help out. And then just kind of started growing from there. Me and Carl were just speaking, we're just saying, we've got content ideas, let's just start shooting it. My mum bought me a camera years ago, started doing photography, but then that camera collected dust for years. And I just said, I've got a camera, let's just do it. And then from there on out, bought equipment. And not to say I necessarily have a role, but me and him will just take turns in editing videos, or he says, cool, I've got these next two. Whatever you record next, just go and edit. So we try to help one another out. If he falls behind on something, I say, do you need any help? Send it over to me, I'll help you out. Same thing, vice versa. So not to say that we necessarily have roles, but we're just a team and we work together and we just try to help each other as much as possible with editing.
And how are you
posting.
finding that YouTube social media space with drilling and drumming?
It's new. It's new to me.
It's a tough space.
Yeah, like sitting in front of that computer for hours, editing is not easy. It's just, when you watch all these content creators and they're just thinking how they get it done, even in their early stage, they do it by themselves before they buy editors and stuff. That's what I'm saying. So it's definitely a lot. It does take a lot when your work and you've got stresses of other things, and definitely when you've got other roles as well, and it all piles up. But once again, it's rewarding when kids are coming and they're saying, "Oh, thank you for the video. I appreciate it." Or it's helped me break it down. Not even just as a snare player, basses, tenors, cymbals, whatever it is. It's just rewarding on the fact that I know that we're helping others. YouTube obviously kind of helps with being less hands-on. Don't have to physically go to, even though we still do, but there's that less physical side of saying, here, you don't need me. I could say, here's your YouTube video, get cracking. And then when I come to you, you've got a base knowledge, and then we can work on. So it just helps kids or whoever's learning to make progress quicker. So I definitely find the role rewarding because, yeah, it's just helping others.
Do you think that the UK can get a bigger a scene in drilling and drumming as the US?
Big boy question.
Because that's what I'd love to see, man.
Of course I would love to see it. But I just think we need to lock in.
Yeah.
We seriously need to lock in. And we need to just be consistent with everything we do. Can we get there? 100%. If they can do it, why can't we do it? There's always that thing of, oh, we can do it. There's no excuse, especially as Pathfinders. There's millions of us. They're telling me that we all can't support each other and make that happen. We can make it happen. We can make it happen.
And even with the rise of like media content to do with drilling and drumming, like there's, apart from us, yourselves, there are a few others here and there that are documenting their journey as well in whatever way that is. And obviously I'm scouting out, I'm seeing who the competition is, but from ages ago, like one day, I'm sure I told you, like, oh, SEC Drum Corps has just made a channel. Okay. And there's another group that's just made a channel, and someone else has just made a channel. So, of course, I'm in the mindset of, we need to post. But zooming out of that, it's nice to see that people are able to share their experiences as well. And this is for anyone that is out there. Even, like, you can look around, it's our phones. Even if you have a phone, record yourself drumming, record yourself drilling. Like, just get that content out there, because if it's meaningful to you, that means it can be meaningful to someone else.
And kind of along that same kind of line, off the back of what Timothy was saying, you don't have to have all the gear or all the people. Like, if it's you and your friend, that can be enough to get started. Sometimes we can make a lot of excuses because we feel like, oh, I don't have this. But then instead of seeing it as something that you lack, how about look at what you do have and say, okay, I've got this. I can therefore do this based on what I do have, and then make that your starting point.
We can make so many excuses as human beings. Even you just saying you're using your phones, there's nothing wrong with your phone. Even if you just bought a cheap mic off Amazon, there's nothing wrong with that. You always got to start somewhere. As we said, not everything happens overnight. But again, for me, I enjoy the beginning process of it, the starting progress, because now when I look back and I say, this is where we start from, and now this is where we are, it's great to see that grind, that hustle. That's the fun part of it. If I just got 10,000 subs tomorrow, you're kind of skipping all the enjoyable
what
things.
What have you done to work for that?
Yeah, I've just posted one video, now I've got 10,000. Like, I'm now missing out the enjoyable, like
connecting with your audience.
Yeah,
putting in the grind to make these videos, these concepts. Yeah.
So, and even going back to what you're saying, even when you're saying, I need to post, that healthy competition, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah.
It keeps everybody on their toes. The fact that even we haven't posted in a little while, being here, I'm going to have to go home and edit a video. I'm going to have to go home and do something. Like, there's a video they're waiting for me to edit, and I've been putting it aside. I need to just go, being here just said, Timothy, you got to go home and edit now. Like, so I even agree with you. Sometimes even watching other people, it inspires you, but then it also helps you stay on your toes and saying, healthy competition, because me being here, it's great. We're here. One day when you guys come down this side to our side, we do something again. So having people within this space also helps us, because I can promote your platform. You come down, vice versa. So
So just to have it on record, we are supporting each other in what we're doing.
Nothing good. We're here.
Timothy, it's been so good talking to you today. I just feel like I've gleaned so much from your experience as a head drummer to even just like the behind the scenes of what it really looks like to be a drummer. I'm wondering, do you have any final thoughts for our viewers?
One thing I'll leave with you guys, or maybe two things. One is never shy away from your failures. Why do I say that? In terms of, I'll give you an analogy. When you go to the gym and you train, more often than not, you've got to train to failure. And it's through training to failure where your muscle breaks down, but it regrows and it grows back stronger. And I say that in the terms of, we always think that whenever you start something, whether you're starting a business, whether you're starting content, that everything's just going to be straight, perfect. But you tend to learn more about yourself through your failures or when something doesn't go right. So don't be afraid of doing something wrong because you're going to learn from it. But in the same breath, one person always told me, don't make the same mistake twice. Learn from that one mistake. And the second thing for you guys would be, the word is expectation. I had that when I was reading the book of Daniel. It was the king's expectation that saved Daniel. And that kind of changed my whole way that I look at God. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're asking God for, whatever you are needing from God, just have expectation that it will happen. Just have the expectation that he will do it 10 times, 100 times, 1,000,000 times better than whatever you could think or imagine. But whatever you're going through, it could be good, it could be bad, but just have the expectation that God will do it and he'll see you through it.
Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. I don't know about you, but I feel quite reflective after that.
A lot of food for thought from Timothy.
And it's been such a pleasure to have you with us, Timothy, and hopefully this won't be the last time we work together.
So our viewers just need to like, comment and subscribe.
And we'll see you next time here on
More Than Drill and Drum.
Every single episode, I feel like I faff with the mic about 8 times. And then
If you need to faff with the mic to get the perfect podcast, you faff with the mic. You do what you need to do, man.
That's the thing, I've never heard anyone call you Tim.
All the time. Tim and Timmy.
Oh, Timmy.
I despise Timmy so much. I despise it so. Learning a new rudiment. If you're starting with a parallel,
Can we tighten it?
you can put it in the bloopers, bro. Can it just be anything, or would you like one faith, one thing, or just anything?
Anything, whatever you want to share.
Whatever the Lord has put on your heart
now.
to profess to the nation.
Crazy.
Let him
That's
use
fine.
you. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. I feel quite reflective after that.
Because I was looking there. I was like, oh, I need to be looking here. And I tried to play it off, but that camera's going to catch everything.
It's all good too.
What our viewers need to do now is just like, comment. And subscribe.
And we'll see you next time. Timothy cam? Great. Wide cam? Great. Us cam? Bless the Lord.